Hey everybody! What the? Wow, I just dropped something. Hi, my name is Gadget Trish, and you are watching the I Love the Jackson Family YouTube channel. And thank you guys so much for the technical issues. I was about to throw in a towel, and something just said, "Hold on to your love." And I love the Jacksons. So, how is everyone doing? Oh my gosh. Well, I was surprised how many people were waiting. I was like, oh my God, I'm so late. Oh, snap. Can I give a shout out to the Invincible Jackson for making this information known to us first? I knew this before Janet Jackson even told us. So make sure you guys are following the Invincible Jackson. She's another Jackson family channel and she is on her stuff. Oh my goodness. Let me see how many people. Hi to Valerie, El Boogie, Allison, Emma, myself, almost done. Scarlett O'Hara. Everyone made it. Thank you guys so much. To make this live possible, I had to cut stuff out. So there will not be our normal format. Even the game, I had to cut a couple of questions. I was like, this never gonna happen. So things happen. Hey, what's up, yous? So we are celebrating all things Janet Jackson. This is, I think, my third or maybe my fourth live with Janet Jackson. I'm hoping that every time something big happens for the Jacksons, that we could highlight that individual. Right now, a lot of things are very uh, Michael Jackson heavy because that estate goes hard for Michael. But this is a channel about the entire family. So as as the channel grows, and hopefully if the Jacksons ever watch any of our videos, I hope one day that I could actually do live streams with them as well. Like right now, I'm just connecting with fans, people like the Invincible Jackson, Allison, Melanie Freeman, just getting the word out. Who are the people that are I guess taking the fandom to the next level? And so before I move forward, I gotta show you more. This right here, I can't play the music. This right here was from a Sweet 16 that I got to attend I think 2 Saturdays ago. Um this awesome Janet Jackson fan is actually connected to somebody that is so dear to the community. Wait till you find out who that is, y'all. Hold up. So this is Amy's granddaughter. Now I know some of y'all saw me crying like a baby over Amy passing away a few months ago. Amy has been such a key element to what make New York special. And that awesome girl doing a tribute to Michael Jackson as her granddaughter. These are some of their moments together in their fandom. And actually, that's her sister. And we seen her little sister do a Thriller tribute to us. So I just wanted to just show like how each generation is picking it up and just doing their thing. So, oh, what's up, Cheryl? Oh, snap. Hold up. Where is it? Hey, Cheryl. Where? I'm clicking the wrong stuff. Blessings to you, girl. So, before we move forward, we got to discuss this on the menu. As a matter of fact, me getting food was part of the insanity of the day. Because the last minute, I go, oh my God, I want Southern food. I'm not sure if you guys read Janet Jackson's True You, but she mentioned some of her favorite foods. And I was thinking if Janet Jackson was a vegan, this is what I would make her. So on the menu, I have barbecue oyster mushrooms. If you make it right, it kind of tastes like chicken. I just love it. Then I made the MJ Fangirl vegan mac and cheese dish that I designed for her. Wild rice with kelp, peppers, and green onions. It is so good. And then my side salad, which tastes so good, I might have to make a video out of this. It's a kale side salad with vegan feta, peppers, and green onions. And was it worth me being late? I'm gonna have to say yes, because I'm trying to get away from junk food, and I have been having some issues walking. If y'all had seen me from any of the meet and greets, you would have noticed, Trisha's walk's a little different. There seems to be some inflammation issues. So I noticed when I eat healthier food, I start walking better. So I'm not sure what exactly is going on with my body, but I know it doesn't like junk food too much. So this is what I'm eating now. So enough about my lovely food. Oh snap! I can't even get it out right now. She loves oyster mushrooms too. I'm so flustered because it was so much going on behind the scenes. Wait till I tell you what happened today to lead to this being late beside the mushrooms. So Janet Jackson has been very out and about this year compared to previous years. And this time she landed in Paris, France for Fashion Week. And I'm going to keep it all the way real with y'all. I I have done Fashion Week in New York a long time ago, but a dream would be Paris Fashion Week. I'm big on fashion. I don't talk about my life too much out of the Jackson fandom, but I am from a fashion background, believe it or not. And I used to design clothes back in the days, and back in high school. I can't say college. College changed me. I'm going to have to say for the worse. But especially in my high school years, I used to be known as a fashionista, and I just love fashion. And I started getting back into my fashion, love of fashion, and just being in a better headspace. Like I'm starting to feel better. Some of you guys know what's going on in my personal life. And I'm starting to do things that make me feel good. And dressing up and looking extra pretty is something I love to do. So, with that being said, I hope to make it to Fashion Week one day. I think I'll probably be like an oddball because I said, I know me, I'll probably mix my geekhood with fashion, but I think that's what makes me different, that I'm different. So, getting back to Janet, these are some of my favorite looks, and I only picked my favorite three. But looking at how Janet dresses, especially this look right here, and I've known this, but I really know this now. I mimic Janet's look the most. I've been like that my whole life, and of course, when you're younger, you're not realizing you're mimicking someone. But like literally, if you look at my closet and the things that I purchased recently, you've been like, well, minus the suit. I don't do too well with suits because I have very, very big boobs and it's hard to put things buttoned down on me. But this right here is me on steroids, and this look is so me. That's so Soho me. So I'm here for it. Oh snap, her edge, yes, her edges in the second picture, girl, girl. I was like, can I do that with my hair? Because I'm just loving. I just always love Janet's fashion. Shout out to Janet Jackson's fashion people, and shout out to her social media team. She is crushing it. I'm like, who did Janet hire to manage her social media? Give them a raise. They are doing their thing. So those are my favorite looks. And as many of you guys know, Paris was also there for Fashion Week because she did some modeling and she also did some shows, and she bumped into her awesome aunt. So these are the two pictures I was able to find with Paris and Janet. I never realized how tall Paris was until this picture. I've met Paris twice, and actually I met her recently. But I'm actually about Janet's height too. I'm 5'4", but I was like, my gosh, Paris is tall, very beautiful. They're both very beautiful, by the way. So I have this clip from Janet Jackson's Instagram thanking the fans. So let's just play that real quick.
25 years later, Velvet Rope, number one. Thank you guys so much for making it number one. Once again, I love you. Thank you.
Oh, Cheryl is so funny. She said Janet could wear a garbage bag and it looks good on her. It does. Janet, I always loved Janet's body. And one thing I resonated with Janet Jackson fluctuate with weight the way I do. I honestly think Janet looks good and no matter what size she is in, but especially in the time period that Janet came out, we didn't have what we have today. Like now you see women with big butts and big boobs and it's okay, like Lizzo and Beyonce, J Lo. Now you see fuller women and it's acceptable. But back in the 80s, it really wasn't showcased. And to be honest, Janet wasn't even big, but she just wasn't a size zero. And I love the movement that we have now. This we're this inclusive. Like not everyone's going to be a size zero. Um, there are dangers in being overweight, and I'm speaking from my own personal experience. But at the same time, we need to embrace everybody at all sizes. There are some people that are 50 to 100 pounds, and they're perfectly healthy. Um, it's this when Janet came out, she changed everything for the better. Um, you know, someone who's not a size zero, a pretty brown woman on screen. She's just everything about Janet. If you ever watch this, I would love to meet, talk to you. We could have a nice vegan session. Go to your favorite place in New York. I appreciate her so much. Allison writes, MJ kids are making him very proud. Yes, they are. I've met all three of them two times exactly at the same time too. I met Blanket or BG, Paris, and Prince in 2012 and again last year at Thriller Night. And I'm very proud of his children. I know it's not easy being his children, just a lot of pressure and a lot of expectations and stuff. And they handle it as best as they could. They're very, very sweet and they're kind. Prince is kind, super kind. And Paris is very, very sweet. And so is BG. They're very just cool children. Um, so yes, Invisible Right. She's so amazing. Yes, she is. Shout out to Janet, changing things for the better. So I wanted to show you some of my velvet rope collection. Now, this is the main reason why there was problems with this live coming on time. So my Jackson stuff, especially the music, is placed in a place that's hard to get to. In this discovery, one, the it damaged some of the CDs. So I'm like trying not to cry, but and then some of them are missing. And so we had a family meeting. Who touched it? Blah blah blah. You know, either it was no, auntie, I didn't have it, or no, I didn't touch it. So long story short, we need to figure out why some of my stuff is missing. But this is what we were able to salvage, and boo to my family for I know y'all touched some of this stuff, but anyway, I have the single Every Time. Actually, let me see if I could. Yeah, here we go. Also, this is the single Go Deep. Together Again. I Get So Lonely. And this I highly recommend to buy. Oh my gosh, I used to play this all the time. The Velvet Rope Tour. I only seen Janet once in concert. Her tickets are not cheap. And then right before the pandemic, um, which actually was in 2020, she was trying to do another tour, at Madison Square Garden, and I didn't get tickets because I was acting like a brat. Oh, I want to be in the middle. I can't be in the front. Da 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 da. And so they had seats on the side for $600. I'm not paying $600 to be on the side. I want to be dead in the front. Um, so far, the most expensive ticket I ever purchased to see the Jacksons is actually the Jacksons. It was at the Apollo back in 2012. I was dead in the front in the middle. It was $500. I believe it was $100 for the actual seat, but $400 for the meet and greet. And I'm sorry if I would spend that money again. I keep telling y'all, when y'all get your tax returns, you put it on the side. And so then when the Jacksons go, we doing a tour. You ready? You got the money to be dead in the front. But it looked up that I did not get tickets because, as we know, the world shut down very shortly after those tickets went on sale. So I'm sure Janet's going to probably do another tour again. I'm praying to God that it's at least another year from now. I'm trying to get my money together. This has been the most challenging financial year I've ever had, mainly because of inflation. And then my job, I don't care if they see this post or not, I didn't get a raise. So that was another reason why I ended up going to the supermarket today instead of buying food, because I was like, nah, I might just get groceries for the house and just, yeah. All snap, Invincible said that she saw Janet Janet last minute at the State of the World tour thanks to Groupon. I'm weak. That's what's up. And Emma writes she hopes that she goes on tour. I think she is. I'm not sure if you guys saw her documentary. We had a watch party about it earlier this year. She hinted that it's going to happen. We just don't know when. Um, and like I said, I'm kind of glad that she's taking her time about it, because until I figure out how to make more money, because my job ain't giving me more. I don't have any money to see her right now. L Boogie wrote, so my friends and I were purchasing the tickets to see Janet, and the pandemic hit. I saw the Jacksons Victory Tour. That's awesome. I do know one person in my real life that saw the Victory Tour. It's my best friend from high school. Hey, Jazz. Um, According to her, and I might have the story wrong. Her mom entered a lottery for kids who didn't have money, or like, I don't know, it was like one of those charity kind of things. And my friend won. And I was like, Dad, why did my mama put us in the lottery? I mean, we were super young when the Victory Tour came out. I think she was about 8 years old or something. Jazz, I know you don't watch my channel, but if you do, I need the backstory to this. The Cheryl writes, the last time she saw Janet, it was in Las Vegas, 2019. I do regret not going. Y'all had some good tickets. I saw y'all pictures. Invincible writes, right now we need to save. We need some time to save. Uh, right? We need time to save. Yes. I seen Janet this year. Oh, for the Derby weekend, girl, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Y'all are so lucky y'all get to do stuff like, I just gotta be happy when people get to do awesome things. Cause I was like, sometimes it's my year and sometimes it's not, but I lived through you. Um, so let me see. Let's add this back to the stream. So the question of the day, guys, what is your favorite track or tracks from the Velvet Rope? And I hope you've been streaming the Velvet Rope. Let me see if I could add a banner. The hashtag for this amazing album is the Velvet Rope 25. So let me see. There we go. So make sure you guys, if you're using anything promoting the Velvet Rope, um, use this hashtag TVR25. Let's see, because I was just like, I really love this album. It's interesting, even though I mentioned in our last previous that my favorite Janet Jackson album of all time is Rhythm Nation. I'm keeping it real. Janet Jackson's body of work is impressive, and it's really hard to pick a favorite. You know, when I was listening to the Velvet Rope this weekend and even earlier today, I was like, she got so many hits. And then she got a lot of underground stuff too. Like stuff that's like now that the Velvet 25 came out, you know, like you would have to have brought these singles to get a lot of those bonus tracks. Now you're just getting a lot of them on this particular release. So um I absolutely love this album. I can't even think of an album I don't really like. Like even her early first two, the ones that didn't have what's considered commercial success, she got some hits on there. She absolutely has some hits. So let me see. Chat. What are some of your favorite chats from the Velvet Rope? And it's okay if you guys could pull up your phone, or I would pull up my CD, but that's one of the CDs that are missing. And I know my family watches my live sometimes. If you are related to me and you are responsible for my Velvet Rope CD missing, I know you're not going to fess up, family member, but you're foul. But you're foul. I was like, my God. So Invincible writes some of her favorites: Go Deep, Special, Can't Be Stopped, What About Us, God's Stepchild, Together Again, Except Me. She basically loves the whole album, and you could tell. Hugh writes, my favorite tracks from The Rope is Every Time. That's a beautiful song. Um, for me, I'm kind of like Invincible Jackson. I basically like the whole album too. Um, my favorite track is uh Got Till It's Gone and I Get Lonely. I'm not sure if y'all seen that live performance and Janet's doing this performance. I was like on the floor. Like those that's one of my favorite live performances of Janet of all freaking time. So um I also wanted to thank you guys from the bottom of my TikTok heart. I finally got more than 100 followers. I don't know if you guys saw my previous live and said we're going to help her out. I think I had maybe 50 followers in the last live, which is a week ago. I'm up to 181. Um, I truly thank you. TikTok, out of all the social medias, is the hardest for me, but I'm starting to figure it out now. Takes time to like get an effective TikTok, but I love this. I love TikTok. I'm starting to get it, and I highly recommend that if you guys want to just help get, I don't know, show love to Janet by my making reels, TikToks, and YouTube shorts using tracks from the Velvet Rope. And of course, you need to put the hashtag on there. Valerie writes some of her favorite tracks is Go Deep, I Get Lonely, Together Again, Got Till It's Gone, What About? All right. Nothing but hits. Love them all. Now, other Jackson people that are on TikTok, and I couldn't find a lot, but so far, of course, Janet Jackson, TJ Jackson, Taj Jackson. I'm not 100% if that's Taj, but it looks like it is. Oops. Whoops. Austin Brown, The Family Rules, and Frances Jackson, which is TJ's wife. I believe Storm's on there, but I forgot to make a slide from that. Oh my God. Stacy Dog writes, she loves the whole album, every song. I'm with you. It's up there. It's up there with Rhythm Nation. It's one of those things like I could see why Janet did a 25-year anniversary for this. It's a lot of hits on there. So if you guys are not aware what makes this different from the original that came out 25 years earlier, you're getting two bonus hits. I believe it's God's Stepchild, and of course, I can't remember the other track. Chat, if you remember the other bonus track, just write it in the comments. You're also getting a lot of rare remixes. So instead of you buying all these CDs that I did like 25 years ago, you're getting a lot of the singles that were hard to get. Like this was the only way to get them back then. And as a matter of fact, I don't even think I have every one of her singles. So I would tell you how many singles she has. That's part of game time tonight. But if you do want to get the singles, I would suggest you get them now. Some of them are a little bit, well, not a little bit, a lot more money than what I paid. But if anything, buy them used, or I don't know. Invincible writes the second track, the bonus track is accepting me. I just couldn't get it out. Thank you, girl. Um, so that's the big deal about it. The bonus tracks, the rare remixes. My only issue is that I could not find a clean stream on this. Like that's the reason why I'm so upset right now. If I'm not mistaken, my my Velvet Rope was clean. All my music is clean. I have the biggest clean version probably of anything in history. Like, I have clean Biggie, clean Nas. Like if there's any rap that came out in the 90s and the 2000s, I got every version clean. So that's why I'm a little upset about my CD being messed up, because I was like, clean versions are not easy to find. And the fact that it's missing, that's missing, and my Got Till It's Gone single is missing. And I'm just like, it better show up, family or friends, because I do let a very small amount of friends up in here. And like I said, that it wasn't an easy place to get to. So I'm like, how is stuff missing? But I rant. I take my collection very serious. Just saying. All right, guys. It is one of my favorite times of the night. Oh, actually, there is no real Jackson family news. The only thing I want to plug is Austin Brown is still doing free shows every Thursday for the rest of the month of October at Madame Siam. That's in California. So I will leave that information in the description bar. But make sure you're following Austin Brown. Like, I don't know if you saw last week's highlights, but they had some special guests there, including that girl. I forget her name. I think her name was Raven Simone. Child, I didn't even know she sang, but she was on the stage singing with his band and everything. So, I, especially in this case, I know times are hard, but the shows are free. Take advantage of it. Like when Austin Brown came to New York, it wasn't free for us, but it's free for you California people. So do it while you can. All right, so let's see. All right, guys, it's my favorite time.
Anybody here like games? Hello? Game time!
All right, so today's game is clearly Janet Jackson related to Janet Jackson's stream. So I'm actually going to leave that hashtag there. And of course, you're going to need a pen, paper, or a phone to keep score. But I don't know if it's going to be necessary to keep score today, because there's only 8 questions instead of 10. Because I said this live was going to start at 10 o'clock if I had put every slide in here. So let me just know when you guys are ready, and we'll be ready to go. In the meantime, oh man, why is my food across the room? Surprisingly, the salad is my favorite part of the dinner. Uh, I love I love that my homemade cooking has actually gotten better than restaurant food. All right, guys. Everyone's ready. Everyone's ready. All right, first question. What year did the Velvet Rope come out? Those are your choices: 1984, 1985, 1986, or 1997. Did I say 86? I meant to say 96. In the meantime, I'm going to be enjoying my salad. Like low-key, I want a vegan restaurant, but I want to don't want to work in a restaurant. Like some of my family members are chefs. We never see them. It's like Daddy, we never see you. All right, so we have a D, a C, another D, and another D. And the answer is D. And next. If by the way, I got some of these wrong, even though I made the quiz up myself. Number 2, how many singles were released from the Velvet Rope? Was it 4 singles, 5 singles, 6 singles, or 7 singles? Oh my goodness, Cheryl, I had no idea. So Cheryl writes, Raven Simone had 6 studio albums. How am I learning about this for the first time? Awkward. Let's see. All right, guys. Wait, what came out in 1998? Did I mess up on this question? Is it 90? When did the Velvet Rope come out? Hold up. This is what happens when you do stuff at the last mother flipping minute. Jesus. Janet Jackson, Velvet Rope. Oh, it's 1997. You scared the fuck out of me. Oh. But I guess it for the UK in 98. All right, you scared the fire out of me. I was like, I got nothing wrong on my own live. So in the UK, it came out in 98. All right, getting back to the last question. Some people have put 7, 6, 6. Somebody put B, that's 5. And Invincible's laughing at my clowny ass. And the answer to how many singles were released from the Velvet Rope is 6. And I didn't know that either. And I couldn't go by my own collection because somebody in my family took, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are 4, 5. So somebody took one of my singles and one I didn't buy. Family member or fake friend, I'm on to you. So she didn't know that. Yeah, I actually, when it comes, even though I know Michael and Janet a lot, these kind of things I don't know. All right. What rapper was featured on one of my favorite songs, Got Till It's Gone? Was it Missy, Jermaine Dupri, Q-Tip, or Heavy D? Rest in peace, Heavy D. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys ever tried vegan feta. It was so good. I actually like vegan feta better than real feta. Let's see. We have some people. C. 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 It's fair to say it's C. Q-tip. Oh, more. There we go. Yes. Everyone got that one right. Number 4. The Velvet Rope is the what studio album by Janet Jackson? So is this her 5th studio album, her 6th studio album, her lucky number 7 album, or her 8th? I love that outfit. Like, ooh, I got to do a cosplay of that outfit one day. Oh, this would have been better with not cranberries, because I don't eat cranberries anymore. But like a nice dried fruit, like a raisin or something. Mm. Let's see. C, B, C, 5, which is A, B, A. Y'all, not a, wow. This is the first time everybody's divided. This is Janet's 6th studio album. And guess what? I didn't know that either. Next question. Which record company is the Velvet Rope released on? Is it A, Virgin Records, B, Epic Records, C, So Def, or D, Sony? Wait, I didn't even know my phone was in here. Hold on. I usually don't have my phone in here because he's always got that one person. Okay. All right. We have, okay, this one, a lot of you guys are guessing A, 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 1B. All right. The answer is A, Virgin Records. I wonder if all her records are on Virgin Records. We're all going to learn this together. That I don't know. All right. Next question. What studio release album came before The Velvet Rope? Is it A, All For You, B, Demita Joe, C, Discipline, or D, Janet? Back to my salad. Mm, 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 mm. Let me see. All right. Emma guesses D, Invincible D, you C, Ivan D. Do I like Vital Life cheese? Yes, but my favorite is Mayoko's, but Mayoko's is missing. She's got this pepper jack cheese that is to die for. D, D, and B. The answer is D, Janet. That's a good one too. Ew. Next question. Which of the 6 singles won a Grammy for the best 1998 Grammy Award for Best Music Video? Why do I feel like I wrote that wrong? Is it Got Till It's Gone, I Get Lonely, Together Again? And I can't read the last one because Every Time. The way the interface for this is blocks that. Yes, I love. Can you go wrong? Well, I'm spitting Kel out. Can you go wrong with a Janet album though? Like, this is why I'm glad they do stuff like this, because it makes you go back into your streaming services, or once in a while you need to check out your collection just in case your ratchet family takes or borrows your stuff. Who in my family took my album? L Boogie puts C. Invincible puts A or C. Anybody else want to take a guess? As I'm eating my amazing salad. C, C, C. She feels me. Don't let anybody touch my collection. You know what's killing me? I think why I get so upset, it's so hard to get to it. So it's like, was this like, it had to be like while I was out the house, because you just can't get to it easily. I made sure of it. So I think I know who did it. I'm going to order it and make sure they're never invited here again. Because like the more I think about it, I said, I think I know who took it. See, and now that I think about it, it's probably not family. It's probably a fake friend. You know who you are. I get so lonely. All right, the answer for that is dun, 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 got till it's gone. I didn't know that. I did not know she got a Grammy for that. It's one of my favorite songs though. You know, don't wanna know where things to go. Number 8. Prior to the release of The Velvet Rope, Janet renegotiated her contract for Virgin Records. I put for Thriller. Make this make sense. That's how you know I was in a rush. It's not for Thriller. For 40 million, 50 million, 70 million, or 80 million. And again, disregard the word Thriller. I just did these slides right before we went live. You know what I learned from every live as I just dropped another light? Hold on. Ugh. You're going to learn from every mistake you make. And as much as, like, you know how you want everything to be a certain kind of way? You do things anyway to make mistakes and learn from it. Like what I learned from today's live, if you know you got to get props and things to freaking together, get it together way ahead. Make sure your food's ready. Make sure your ratchet friends or family didn't take your stuff. And if they did, order it to replace it. And make sure your lights are not so close to your items that it just falls off. All right. So, and I guess it's for the next one is D, B, D, D. Oh, well, she has some good advice. Also, get your collection of praise to add to your owners or rental insurance in case such loss of fire or theft. Good, great advice. And D, 80 million. We have one more for D. All right, guys. Yes, it was for D. And at the time, fun fact, it was the largest record contract in the history. You go, girl. And it's well deserved. Like, if you guys saw Janet Jackson's documentary early this year, this woman, and this is like so inspirational about her story. It's not like her brother's story. Well, actually, her brothers they weren't successful right out the gate, but their success kind of grew quickly because after the Jacksons were on I think it was Stilltown Records, they went to Motown, and once the Jackson 5 was on Motown, their career went. Janet's story wasn't that cut and dry easy. It was just more like I could sing and I could dance, but she got better with her singing and dancing over time, and her first 2 albums just did not do as well as Control did. So she could have gave up and said, oh, I did okay for my first 2 releases, this is not for me, but she stuck in there. And I mean, that's what I got from her. Never give up. Keep reaching for the stars. I know for me, again, if my job sees this, we could have a conversation after this live. But I definitely don't want to do what I'm doing for a living forever, even though it's fun and it pays fair. I live in New York. You need to make a lot of money to stay here. I make enough to do okay, but I would love to do something like social media for a living, but it's not hard. But I'm not giving up. And thank you to the Jackson family for the inspiration. Never give up. So, question is, how did you guys do? I think for me, let me see. I'm going to have to go back to all these slides because I don't remember. If I had to keep it real, I didn't know what year that this album came out. And I didn't know the singles. but I knew the rapper, and I didn't know what album this was in terms of her. I knew it was epic. I knew that Janet. I didn't know about the Grammy, and I think I would have gotten the contract thing right. So I got 4 out of 8 right. 50-50. How did you guys do? I kind of stuck. I kind of sucked at this one. Yeah, I know. Janet didn't want to sing. I think she wanted to be in business. Could you imagine Janet in business? That would be a whole different life. Like, I couldn't even see it. She's so talented. Janet is so underrated. People forget Michael and Janet recorded Michael and Janet record sales was record sales, not downloads. Yes. It's interesting. Um, I wanted to buy this album, even in a streaming form, but I didn't want to buy the explicit version. So, Janet's team, can you get a clean version of the Velvet Rope available to download? I'll pay the $20. I just want a clean version. I think we all did. We all did terrible. I this one was hard. Even though I made it, it was not easy. There was another question I had, but I never got it up. But maybe we could answer this together. Does anybody know what famous venue this was taped in? Like, for example, was it the Barclays Center? Was it at the Staples Center? Was it Madison Square Garden? I meant to get that up. I didn't. But that could be the uh, bonus question. And then the 10th question, I have no idea where it went, but it was like, I think 9:05. And I'm like, we need to just get this live started. I really would love to get the deluxe version of the CD and vinyl. So would I. Like, I understand why they don't do any more hard copies and stuff, but I think what artists should do moving forward is have maybe a pre-sale. And then, once people give their money, they know how many to press, and then maybe do an extra 5 or 10,000, make it a limited release. I prefer hard copies because what if, for whatever reason, streaming services don't want to hold those artist things? That's why, like, even though I hate spending money, especially if I don't have it to burn, I reordered Janet Jackson's Velvet Rope CD. If it shows up, it shows up. And then I did order something else. Maybe I'll share with you guys in the future unboxing, something I didn't know existed. It was just like, for me, out of everything that I collect from the Jacksons, the music is what I love the most. I don't need the t-shirts. I don't need the dolls. Even though it's nice to have that stuff, I don't need the bags, but I need that music. The music is where it's connected. It is literally the soundtrack of my life. I could tell you where I was, who I was dating. Was I in school? Was I out of school? It was just, I literally could tell you what was going on in my life based on every album that came out from each Jackson. Like, oh my gosh. I remember I had a thing for Jermaine Jackson. Love Jermaine's music. Like, oh, y'all, Jermaine's voice. Chef's kiss. I would only buy vinyls and I would only buy vinyls with CDs as a last resort. Vinyls I'm a little weird with because they're so big. Even CDs, like, I'm gonna have to redo a lot of things because it's like there's pros and cons of collecting space. You always run out of it, and then it's like you want to make sure it's someplace secure, but you don't want it to be so hard to get to that you can't even get to it. So that's why I was like, how's my things missing? But I do remember my collection was somewhere else and then it was moved somewhere else. And the new location is better, but I guess someone got it before I moved it. Album releases are not exciting anymore. I miss the old days when they would wait in line to get it. and then save up money to buy. Yet I think those days are long over. I feel like to get someone excited about your album in 2022 and beyond, you would have to make it exciting. I would definitely probably do the pre-sale thing. And then if you do pre-sales, make something special. Like Tito Jackson, he actually signed his album. So I was like, okay, I'll buy one. Why not? I know sometimes TJ Jackson, he'll sign the first 100. Like it has to be something special. But for me, I personally would just buy anything hard copy from the Jacksons. I'm just here for it all. Um, Let me see. Yes, 100% on the music. Album releases. Oh wait, my bad. All right, guys. So if you have any questions or comments, the floor is yours. I had no idea this live would be this long because I didn't even have that much to say. But then again, I'm chatty patty. I definitely appreciate everybody waiting. I'm probably going to do stream. I'm going to take a week or two off from the streams, um, just so I can get some of the kinks out. The number one kink I'm having are the slides and the overall setup, because the camera I use to stream is also the camera I use to vlog. So maybe I'm thinking about maybe having just a camera set up just so I don't have to keep looking for stuff. So it's tricky. Let's see. The things I love about TJ is that he understands us as collectors, and he is still release records and singles on single form. TJ definitely gets it, but 3T slash TJ in them, they're from the era of collectors. Like, if anybody was around the 90s and they were 3T came out in 95, they understand their fan base. Like, so even though some of their fans are um, young people collect vinyl and CDs too. It's one of those things like, I don't know. There's definitely a niche for it. I think Kendra Lamar does album hype well. He waits 4 years between albums and builds up anticipation and makes it worth your while. Yeah, and I actually love Kendrick Lamar. His stuff is really good. Hey Bruno, thank you. I I don't have a lot of Janet T-shirts, and then it broke my heart when I realized I didn't even have a Velvet Rope one. And then I tried to buy one for this live, and it couldn't get here in time. So I was like, "What? What is so?" Emma writes, "Who's excited for Thriller Fest?" I don't know what Thriller Fest is. I don't. Is this something new, or you're talking about overall just anything related to Thriller? Because I'm excited about that for sure. A quick update on Thriller. The Thriller challenge officially starts in about 5 days. Um, Shoot, I just said I may not be doing those streams, but maybe I'll make an exception because I think we need to have a stream about that. But I'll get back to you. Well, it depends how I can get my stuff together behind the scenes. All right. You know who else waits 4 years to release the album? Yes, Michael and Janet. I noticed that when I was working on this project, they give it a couple of years. But with the exception of Chris Brown, who does average coming out every year or two, I can be honest, Chris Brown has been very fortunate. His albums have been really good consecutively. But I feel like when you wait for a couple of years, it does build up anticipation and excitement, and the quality of the work is really good. That's funny. So Cheryl writes, I should reach out to Janet's team to be her personal video vlogger. That would be cool. That would be cool. Janet, are you looking for a vlogger? Is anybody doing Thrill the World this year? If I can find a New York City chapter, I wouldn't mind. I used to do it in New York every year, and then the girl who used to do it for us, her name was Amada Anderson. She stopped doing it. So They still might have one in like Long Island or something. I'm not going that far. But if I can find something like New York, I'll do it. New York City. New York City is the key word. Hey, thank you for subscribing, MJ Legacy. So I think that's it for now, guys. I'm so glad you guys, we're just building this together. I'm so happy because it's just like when you um a lot has changed with YouTube, a lot. When I first started, it was just when I got out of college. Well, actually I was in college, but I really started taking off when I got out of it in 2010. It was different. You could put a whole bunch of everything on your channel and it would be really successful. And now they want you to divide it up and be nichey and to start this channel from scratch. And you guys are building it with me again. Thank you. I appreciate you. I really, really, really do. Oh, snap. Valley Girl writes, she thinks it's October 29th. Okay, I'm going to look up if what Thriller Fest is. And if I find out what it is, then we could do a live. Probably Monday again. Um, yeah. I don't know what that is, so we gotta figure it out. Hearing that you're going live always makes my day. Thank you, Emma. Like I appreciate y'all because I did a poll like, oh, do y'all want me to do it tonight or tomorrow? And y'all like, no, tonight. Do it tonight. It's like, oh snap. As Janet Prince fans, I'm always disappointed that with Michael's B-sides, he has so many great songs that never made the final cut of the album and would be great B-sides for singles. I think what's probably going to happen with those unreleased tracks and those B-sides and stuff, they're going to become new albums. And so I've actually liked everything that's come out since Michael died, except for the controversy Michael album. But there were some hits on that album too. So I'm here for it. Whoops. Your updates and lives help keep the legacy and community alive. Thank you, sweetie. And thank you for your information. Like I was like so shocked the Velvet Rope was having a release October 7th. And I was like, what? When I say Invincible be knowing her stuff, she knows her stuff. Thank you so much. And I legitly appreciate you more, Ivan. Like it's not easy doing lives and it's not even easy doing videos. Like I just did a video on Saturday for Gadget Trish. I haven't been on Gadget Trish the whole year except for 2 lives and a whole bunch of shorts. So I said, oh, let me do a vlog at Comic-Con. Girl or boy, whatever, whoever's watching. Some of the footage comes out blurry. Now I'm still going to be able to save the vlog, but it's just like, you have not been on this channel in almost the whole year and your footage is blurry. So it's like, and it's crazy. I vlog for this channel, so I can't even be like, oh, it's because I'm out of practice. I kept pressing the wrong button on my camera, and I feel like I need to like, I don't know, Canon needs to fix it. But I was just like, oh hell no. But I think right now it's tricky to have more than one channel, but I can't just pick one of my channels. They're like all my children, and that you just can't pick a favorite. I just can't. Right, yeah, but I wish Carousel was available to the public way back in 1983 and Streetwalker being available. And yeah, I agree with that. But I wonder, would those singles make Thriller a stronger album? I feel like Thriller became the masterpiece it did because of the 9 tracks that he chose. I think everything happens the way it's supposed to happen and things come out when it's supposed to. Oh no, Bruce, listen. I'm going to fix Gadget Trish. You know what my biggest challenge with Gadget Trish is? He said recipes of Gadget Trish. The gadget vloggers is so saturated. So of course you try to figure out, well, what makes me different? right? And I think I figured it out, but I can't say what's going to make me different, or then somebody else is going to just piggyback on what I'm doing. But I'm ready to come back. For now, though, the first couple of videos are going to be unboxings and Star Wars related stuff. And I know some of y'all don't like Star Wars, but I love Star Wars. Get over it. And then the new format will probably start late December, early January. But I'll give you a hint. If you are wondering how I do this channel, the cameras, the lights, the techniques, like at first I wasn't going to share, but I'm like, I'm going to share it, and you will be so surprised how I'm doing it. So it's just like I'm excited. Um, yeah, and of course I make mistakes too. I have blurry first footage for crying out loud. So many songs could have been released back then, but it was those. It does have limited because of the size of the records that were made. Yeah, but I still think Michael picked the right tracks because I don't know if you guys been streaming Thriller, because I thought the Thriller challenge started already, but not realizing it starts in a couple of days. But I usually play Thriller every day now, the whole album. I couldn't see Carousel on that album. I couldn't see what was the other track you guys mentioned? Streetwalker. It would change it. Carousel maybe. Maybe Carousel, but Streetwalker, I think it came out when it was supposed to. Yo, Bruce, you breaking my heart. He writes, Star Wars is dead with the last movie. Even James Earl said he is out. I'm done. Listen, this got nothing to do with Janet, but I just got to talk about Star Wars for a second. So right now, the fandom is divided on this series called Andor. I like Andor, but it is a little on the slow side, and some people are just Star Wars fans are passionate about their franchise, and so some people are just like, like people are mad at Marvel over She-Hulk. Listen, I watch television just to get away from my real life. Relax, people. Not relax, y'all. I mean, like, this is fiction. Um, yeah, she agrees. Like, she thinks he did too. I think when Michael and Quincy put out Thriller, they knew those were going to be the songs that make Thriller the biggest selling album of all time. So, not those songs on the main album, only the singles. The album is perfect. Yeah. Michael picked the right songs that they did a lot back and forth. So glad Michael Jackson stood his ground. I think every song on Thriller is chef's kiss. Oh yeah, I get what you're saying, Mitchell. Yeah. So I think that's it for now, guys. I can't believe it is 10:30 already. To me, it feels like it's 7. Maybe because my live should have been around 7. My God. If we do a live, it'll definitely be Thriller related. I just don't know if I'll be able to do it. I'm looking at my schedule now, and oh, she meant to write Thriller. Okay, she meant to write Thriller Night, not Thriller Fest. Okay, so Thriller Night. Where's the camera? Let me make sure we got a full screen for this sucker. I'm not sure if I'm going to Thriller Night. Right now I don't have tickets. I'm praying somebody can hook a sister up. They do sometimes let YouTubers go in for free. I hope I'm on the list, because one thing I could tell you guys, if I have the money for something, I pay for it. But I don't have the money this year. A lot of stuff have happened. So, and I'm at this point that even if I had the money, I'm keeping it real. I need to start I have to get a new computer. Like, you guys don't hear it, but my computer is, the fans are going, they're so loud right now. I'm surprised it's not in your feedback. But my computer's old. It's time to replace it, which means I can't be so quick to spend money on high end stuff. So, like, even next year, I'm supposed to go overseas for an event, and it's so expensive. So I was telling my family members, if the price doesn't drop, I'm not going overseas. That's the end of it. It's just, I have a cap on what I can spend on certain things, and trips. Thriller night, because of the inflation, the ticket went up, the hotel went up, the flight went up, everything went up compared to last year. So I just couldn't pull it off this year. And remember, this channel's not monetized yet. So if this was a monetized channel and there was by the way, thank you guys. Some of you guys did give me money so I could go to Thriller Night this year. It just wasn't enough for me to go. I didn't even make 100, but whatever you guys gave, I do appreciate it. And I'm sure in time that all my channels will generate enough money for me to do everything, but it's just not there yet. They had to redo Thriller because it didn't sound right. Michael cried when he heard it. It's a good thing he did, because he knew what he was doing. Oh my God, people that don't like Star Wars just don't know how to use the Force. Don't stop till you get it up. What, the Force don't stop? You are so funny. Ivan, are you a Star Wars fan? Because it's rare I meet I like to call Star Wars fans Skywalkers, because if you know the lineage of Star Wars, they're all connected to a Skywalker without me messing things up for knowing. So I call Star Wars fans Skywalkers. And of course, I'm a Moonwalker. I don't know what you call a Marvel fan, but I'm a Marvel fan. I just like nerdy stuff. I'm geeky. All right, guys, I'm out on that note. This is like my longest live in a while. And I will see you guys soon. Of course, I don't have the outro ready. Make this make sense, Trisha. One day I'll get this together. Where's the outro? There it goes. All right. I see one more comment. Let's see. Good night. See ya. I'm a Moonwalker and a Skywalker and a vegan. Oh, what? You a unicorn. Oh, wait. I would say something on live, but I don't know how old you are. That's what's up. Good night. All right, guys. Of course, I lost the outro again. This is what happens. This has been one of them crazy nights. But I love y'all. Good night, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this Janet Jackson live or replay. Make sure you check the previous live where we had a Michael Jackson Thriller challenge. And make sure you sub, like, and share this video. And I will see you guys soon.